Mirabu, get your party pants on, cause I broke into Bruno's tower. I found his last vision. The family's in trouble. The magic is dying. The house is breaking. Luisa's gift is fading. And I think it's all because of me. We say nothing. Abuela wants tonight to be perfect. Till the Guzmans leave, you did not break into Bruno's tower. The magic is not dying. The house is not breaking. Luisa's gift is not fading. No one will know. Just act normal. No one has to know. I know. Oh, she's gonna tell everyone. Time to eat. Salud! The Guzmans and the Madrigals together will be so good for the Encanto. Yes, then let's hope tonight is not a horrible disaster. To a perfect night. Salud! Avocado? I assumed that all was well in La Casa Madrigal, though when it comes to my Mariano, it is always best to see for myself. La Familia Madrigal has always been a pillar of the community. Camilo, it's a face. Water? The cream. Peppa the cloud. You skies. Then it goes down. It goes away. Just goes down. That's all I got.
Nice.
That's all I got. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
That is Encanto. Woo! We all love that film.
I'll leave you guys in the dark on the rest of that scene. You just gotta go see it for yourself if you have not seen Encanto.
Which I'm wondering why you haven't seen the movie. Like, if you're asking why you've never seen the movie now, like it's been too long. It's like totally, completely popular. Why have you not seen it by now? Disney Plus, bro. Disney Plus. They did that. Well, guys, we made it. It is our 100th episode! Yay! Woo! We have... Oh, get yourself together! We have a live episode for you guys tonight. We are... in person. We are not COVID restricted. We took the masks off. It's been 2 years and we're in person now. Just kidding. That's not why we were in person. Brian lives in Minnesota. Katie lives far away. So we finally are here all together for the 100th episode of Bump That and also my wedding.
I was going to say, it's just for the 100th episode. Nothing else is important going on this weekend. It is literally just the 100th episode.
I literally drove my family 20 hours across half the country just for this event. Nothing else is important.
This is the most important event, and we want to thank all of you guys for being there for all of it, for the laughs, the comments, Chris Fartley, all of your comments that we love reading.
Hey,
them.
Shout out to Chris Fartley, everybody.
Chris Fartley! Woo! Yeah! But if this happens to be your very first episode listening to us, let us introduce ourselves. We've got Brian in this corner.
Like and subscribe.
We've got KT in this corner. Chris Fartley! And I am Ileana, your host, and we are siblings who have a love for all things nerdy, video games, movies, TV shows, all of the sort. And we decided to talk about it on the internet with all of you people, and here you are listening. So, welcome. Well, this is our 100th episode, so we decided we gotta make this one big. We gotta make this one proud. Not only did Brian drive out here all the way with his family, 20 hours in the car, reading license plates and playing games with the wife, Joanna. And you've heard many times on the episode, not only is she here in the room with in the room with us, but we have a very special guest. Brian, introduce our special guest for us.
All right, this special guest that we have for today is the one person that we're all connected to, literally, physically. We all passed through this woman at one point or another. So not only did this woman birth us, she raised us, taught us to try to be somewhat respectable human beings, and that a fart joke is never, ever wasted.
That person is Chris Fartley! Yeah!
No, Chris Fartley couldn't be here tonight, but thoughts and prayers with Chris. Jeez, what's wrong? Anyways, but we want to give a shout out to our mother, Ruth Bauman, who's with us. Shout out to Ruth Bauman.
Hola, everybody.
Do the wave.
We got about 3 people doing the wave, so
The wave, not gyrate.
hey, calm down, honey. All right.
So we've got Mom in the building. So she will be there with us for the chunk. She will also put in her input with whatever news we go. You know, we're just here to have a good time.
Thanks, Mom.
It's the 100th episode, so it's just going to be a fun time. But let's go ahead and jump into the news. All right, y'all. The Super Bowl was on Sunday. Ya boys, the Chiefs won. Patrick Mahomes, my boy, he won, took home that Super Bowl, but no one was watching the Super Bowl. No one cared about this. Well, okay, I cared about the Super Bowl.
No, I think a lot of people watched it this year.
Yeah.
The numbers are actually really good. It's the 3rd most watched Super Bowl in history. I think so. It was really neat. It was 113 million Americans tuned in for the Super Bowl, but when it came to the halftime show, that number went up. It was 118 million people to see.
Rihanna, I'm a bad boy, gonna get out of bitty boo 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 boo.
Umbrella.
Oh, she's got it
Umbrella.
too. She knows it.
Well, I thought it was the other way around. I thought people were taking a break and actually not watching.
No, that's complete opposite. Everybody tuned in to see old girl give birth on stage, pretty much.
Well, the possibilities were great, but I thought people were saying they did not care about the music based on previous experiences, that the disappointment was so great that they just went and took a number 2 break and or just went and called their mothers for a few minutes just to avoid watching or listening to the music.
It was time to go reheat that cheese dip, if you know what I mean. No, but it seems like a lot of people tuned in to see Rihanna. So, you know, what were your guys' reactions to watching the halftime show?
It was okay. For me, it was super boring. However, I get that a lot of you really enjoyed it. You thought that show was a banger. You know, if you enjoyed it, I am happy for you. I did not. I was the one reheating the coagulated cheese dip.
So then, Brian, what'd you think?
I mean, it was okay at best. I mean, she was lip syncing the whole time. The dancers were okay. I guess I didn't have a problem with them or the stage design. I thought it was pretty neat, but otherwise I was like, dude, I need Jay-Z, bro, up in this.
Oh, yeah.
I thought there were 2 things. I was super glad that they kept it pretty PG. They did not, flash anything. There was anything.
We didn't have any Janet Jackson accidents on stage.
No. And I loved that the dance moves were so simple that I could get my elementary school kids to do it. Come on, kids, we're doing the marshmallow dance.
We're doing the Rihanna, everybody. Yeah. No, but that's where like most of the jokes came from, was that their white outfits looked like 1 unquestionable thing, and then 2 looked like marshmallows. So the memes that came out of that were great. And then,
Wait a minute. What unquestionable thing are you talking about?
well, you know what unquestionable thing I'm talking about, man. Okay. So there was that. And then, there was the big reveal that Rihanna was pregnant. Everybody was wondering, she just had a baby over the summer. And they're like, oh, is she still losing the baby weight? There's nothing wrong with that. Some people eat a little bit too many cupcakes while they're pregnant. And that's fine. Whatever. But then it was like, no, she's like pregnant. There's baby number 2 jumping around there like, shine bright like a diamond. That's what that baby was singing in there too, along with
Stop the music.
Exactly. So, I mean, there was that. But then, okay, so there was the halftime show. There was the game. But in between, you always have the commercials. What commercial stuck out to you guys? Anybody?
Commercials wise, I was all about the movie trailers. if you want to jump into that, there were some sweet movie trailers. There was the Indiana Jones bit, which I'm always all about.
I think I missed that one.
Yeah, that one was pretty sweet. I think the big one, the one that blew everyone away, where we were like, what, was the Flash trailer. That one was the one.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. But it was like, oh, I don't know, with just all of the rumors and all of like the things that we've gone over and bumped that this year with Ezra Miller, it was like, ooh, that was also kind of like cringy.
No, they brought out Michael Keaton, and we were all like, Michael Keaton, yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was like, I mean, they might save DC with I Am Batman. Yeah, I'm Batman. Yeah.
So
I've heard, I've read articles where it's sort of a mixed bag when it comes to the fans' reaction with the Flash. They're a little like, ooh, he's got a past. Are we just gonna forget that? Are we gonna forget that he was wanted and he was soliciting minors?
yeah,
Are we just gonna sweep that under the rug just for a movie? So I don't know.
We could do it 2 hours. So then, Mom, were there any commercials during the halftime, or not? I'm sorry, during the Super Bowl that you were like, oh, I like this commercial. That was good. That was funny.
Well, yeah, of course, I'm going to go with the Jesus commercials.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Hey, he gets us.
Yeah, that he gets us and love one another. And it was all about loving each other. And I know that they cost a lot of money to buy that time, but it's worth it. It's as long as the message is going out. Someone donated that, so go Jesus.
Woo! Yeah. All right. So if you know me in my actual personal life, you'll know that I lost a chocolate lab 2 years ago, and I raised this dog from 6 months old to 12 years old. So this commercial that shows, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
What were they selling? Puppy dog food?
Was it a car? Was it a truck?
I know it was dog food.
I think it was a dog food commercial.
I don't even remember what the commercial was, but it was like they had this little girl and this little puppy, and then, you know, they grow up together, and then she gets married and she has a family, and then I'm so glad they did not do the thing of the dog passing away. It was just a wholesome end of this dog is old now. It's got the white in the face.
Spike? Wake up, Spike!
No, you can't. That's so tragic. So I know many people had texted me afterwards and said, you know, like, oh, that commercial made me think of Coco. And I'm like, it better had make you think of Coco.
Wait, maybe I'm thinking of another one. Is that the same commercial where...
There were 2 dog commercials.
Yeah, okay. The one that I'm thinking of is the one where there was a dog... and the family kept leaving the house. Yeah. And it was tearing it up.
Yeah.
I like that one.
They got the dog a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it because I thought, wait, surely they're not taking this dog like what are they doing with this dog?
They brought out a kennel, and it was like, oh, what are they gonna do with this dog?
Yeah. And so we thought, Mom was watching it with me. We thought that that the doggy was going to go on the trips with them, but you can't take your dog to work. So they ended up bringing another doggy. And so the first doggy stopped terrorizing the house. It had somebody to play with and snuggle with. So it stopped terrorizing the house. So
yeah, I think that one was like for actual like pet supplies, or like Amazon, or
maybe
pet. I don't know.
What it proves is that America has a love affair with dogs. Like, seriously.
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
I mean,
I sure do.
People in America, I know we're all dog owners and everything, but don't like, if it comes to war, do not separate an American from their pet dog, because they will seriously cut someone for sure.
Oh yeah, no.
I have my knives already.
And then I liked the, oh gosh, were they Pepsi or Dr. Pepper commercials where it was Steve Martin and
that was Pepsi.
Was it Pepsi?
Yeah.
It was Steve Martin, and then the other one was Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller, yeah.
And it was like, oh, but it's just acting, you know? And they were doing like different things. Oh, it's just acting. Am I actually liking the taste of this Pepsi? You just have to find out.
We got a little bit of Derek Zoolander.
Yes, I am like, yes, he came back, Blue Steel. Thank you for that. So that was the Super Bowl. That was halftime and the commercials. And then this one's for Joanna, because She is all about this stuff. She said, please get on the Chris Stapleton hype train if you're not on it. He did an amazing job for that national anthem.
A lot of people were saying, why can't we have Chris Stapleton do the halftime show? You don't usually see country singers do a halftime show. And I'm like, why not?
Get Carrie Underwood or something to do that? That would be awesome.
Have you ever seen a redneck tear up a stage? That is the most entertaining.
I feel like they've had one before.
I've always said that. Like, I don't know why. Like Garth, they never had Garth Brooks
or
do
Billy
a halftime
Ray.
show.
And
Billy Ray.
Excuse me, he is popular now because of Lil Nas
Don't break my
X.
heart,
My achy breaky heart.
No.
Ew.
If they had like at least 3 or 4 big country artists all share the stage.
They all said ew to me.
Yeah, that'd be good.
yeah, and also think of the patriotism of country music.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sell money though. Patriotism
anymore.
doesn't sell, bro.
But, I mean, it's a good look.
There's a bunch of American haters out there, so I mean, I don't know.
No, you get Darius Rucker on that stage you get Darius Rucker on that stage with Garth Brooks and Martina, Dolly Parton. Done.
It's a lot of big names for that stage, so
Yeah, they may want to go solo.
No, they're not that popular. They're not that.
No.
It's gotta be just like the year before they had all the legendary rap dudes on there
50 Cent.
and Mary J. Yeah, you know.
The millennials were going crazy, but that's one niche, group.
But I mean, it's got to be a whiz bang slang. I mean, Florida Georgia Line, Carrie Underwood,
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray. No,
Stop trying to make me barf in my mouth.
Billy Ray is doing music at the strip club down the street. Okay,
He's better than that. He's with Lil Nas traveling around the world.
Oh yeah, maybe Lil Nas X can join. Yeah, but
I'll
you know.
take my horse down the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no
I don't
more.
think anyone can mention a Billy Ray Cyrus song.
Achy Breaky Heart.
No, a current.
Oh,
That's
he ain't got one, sugar.
Yeah.
He's just living off of his daughter's fame.
He should be aching and breaking by now.
Hey, good one, Mom. Yeah.
Yeah, Mom. Woo!
What's aching and breaking are my joints, sweetheart.
Well, so that will cover the Super Bowl. Let's go ahead and move on. We Brian already touched on the trailers that happened during that, but we've also gotten more.
All right, another trailer that I thought was just funny. I know it's supposed to be serious and everything, but man, Vin Diesel in the Fast X trailer.
So bad.
Listen, just a few words. Your first mistake was giving me a car.
Wow.
That sounds like a C-rated movie that I watch with Fidel and Wesley, like on Wednesday nights. Like,
And then you just hear Fidel in the background.
yeah, like when we watch movies like Velocipaster or
gosh.
The Incredible Bulk. If you know,
Stop!
if you know what those
Hey,
are,
this is a family show. We don't talk about that kind of stuff here.
Oh no, those are so good.
Hey,
No, wait, last one. Lamageddon.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Fidel. Okay, Fidel.
Yeah. What was that one movie where like the movie is like completely tilted the whole time?
Not
Galactic something?
Yeah, it's not Battlestar. It's not Battlestar Galactica. It's the other one with John Travolta.
Battleship Earth? No.
Battlefield, isn't it Battlefield?
Oh my gosh, I forgot the name.
What
of it.
It's like the Scientology movie.
Yeah, I saw that trash with Fidel and Wesley, and we were like about to.
The movie was like that's a movie you watch sideways
It's
in
one
bed.
of the worst movies ever made, literally.
It was so bad. So go on through.
Yeah, so it's Indiana Jones.
It is Battlefield.
Battlefield
Okay.
Earth. Ant-Man, which opened up earlier this week. We saw that trailer, so go see that if you're wanted the Ant-Man. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. which I'm all about. I'll probably go take the kids to go see because I'm a huge Galaxy guy.
It's just crazy how many famous films now that, oh gosh, what's her name now? Zoe Saldana is in, like, she was just in Avatar
She's
2.
in the top 4 biggest
And she was in, Guardians of the Galaxy, and also Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. So go her.
And then there's the Mario Brothers trailer. Did you guys see that new one they did?
No, which one was that one?
So pretty much, it's kind of like where they're filming a commercial for their plumbing business, and so it's using the old school the late. Remember the TV show, the Mario Brothers TV show? Yeah. They're using that theme song. Then there's the Flash, but then there's the Adam Driver dinosaur movie. Did you guys see this one?
I didn't see that one.
What the heck, man? It's called like 69 or something.
Yeah.
I saw a commercial with Adam Driver. I'm joking.
It's actually 65. So.
What's funny about that number?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing at all.
So I did see one Adam Driver commercial where he was like multiplied or something. Did you see that one?
Yeah, it's for Squarespace.
That's right. You could build your own website using a website.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Yeah, not sponsored by Squarespace. But anyways, okay, so those were the movies that we've got to look forward to. We're going to keep going through this. Katie, you are getting what you've wanted. Barney's getting rebooted and animated. What? What do you have to say about it?
Barney is a dinosaur from your imagination.
Do you see Joanna over there getting down?
Yeah, and then you throw in like a... Barney is a dinosaur. He's purple and he's awesome.
Barney is a dinosaur, yeah!
Exactly. That's what that animated show is going to be all about. It's going to be...
Crunk Barney.
Oh my, no! Isn't that like...
You have a Bebop, and what was his name? Tyrone. What was the yellow one?
Rocksteady. Rocksteady?
That was Ninja Turtles.
Tyrone?
Tyrone was from the Backyardigans.
There was a yellow... TJ. His name was TJ. It was the yellow one.
Yes, Tyrone Josephine.
Yeah, Josephine.
Somehow I think you're fibbing.
But I wonder in this new age when they sing like "I love you" song at the end, "I love you, you love me," like they're gonna have to put more emphasis on like pronouns and stuff. Like "I love thee, they love me."
Oh man, you're going there.
Monogamous family.
No, we can't do monogamy for some reason. What do you have to say about this, Mother? Barney is being reanimated, or he's being rebooted, and he's animated now.
Well, as soon as I heard the word Barney, all I could think was that having a good weekend with them, but not the same guy that I was thinking about.
What Barney are you thinking of?
Weekend at Barney's.
That's Bernie's.
I was like, who's this Barney we're talking about? Mom getting back out on the scene or something? Like, dang.
We're in the South, so I pronounce it Barney.
I think we should move on.
Oh my God.
Barney's.
Why can't I have Barney's? No. Well, I think, who's the demographic for this? Where is it being shown?
Is it PBS again? I mean, yeah.
I don't actually even know.
I bet it would be something like Netflix or Amazon.
Yeah, probably.
Really? Right. Would it go straight to Netflix?
Yeah, like a Netflix original show.
Just like they just had like the Cocomelon show.
Okay.
Netflix has that, so and that's huge. It does extremely well.
I feel like I sometimes forget that like Netflix actually has kids shows because it's so adult oriented and prominent or whatever you want to call it. But I mean I guess that they did where does Bluey come from?
Australia.
But like
that's on Disney Plus.
Okay, so it's on Disney Plus. So I don't know. It could be coming to Peacock. It could be coming to Hulu. I don't even know. I haven't even seen. Joanna's over there giggling. We don't even know why.
She's laughing right at me because Ileana asked me, "Where's Bluey from?" And I said Australia.
You dingbat. That's not what I meant. All right, so
I thought they were talking about your dog.
Bluey, Bluey is an animated show about a family of doggies, and it is extremely popular right now.
huge. All the kids know Bluey and love Bluey. Mom,
It's pretty wholesome, right?
Dad.
There's a couple of adult jokes that go over the
Winks
head.
in there.
Yeah. But I mean,
I hear that parents like it too, though. That's why.
yeah, literally, because it's a smart show. It's got a good, smart sense of humor.
Yeah, and the way they make the kids play is not dumb. You know, the kids aren't playing. The kids are smart because kids are watching the show, so they want. You know, it's not stupid stuff like
watered down. Pandering.
Exactly. It's not like that. It is little kids playing games and they're running the show. So they're smart. They are bright. And I don't know. I love the creativity in that show with the way they play. And the parents, they didn't make the parents stupid either. They're responsible, you know, and they play with the kids. So I think that's a really, really great show.
And their dogs.
Australian cattle dogs.
Anyways, all right, moving on. So this is the last one for the news. We've got reviews for Hogwarts Legacy have come out and are mixed at best. So any reactions, and will you be playing the game? Hunter actually has the game, and I have been watching him play it, and I think it looks beautiful. It looks wonderful. The voice acting is awesome. The character facial animations are wonderful. The Hunter was telling me that navigating the broomstick is a little bit tricky and hard whenever you're flying. But, you know, that's just something you're going to have to eventually get over.
Hey, wait a second. Hold on. Let's see if the mic can pick this up. Sorry, are we boring you? That's shout out to Coke, Lulu the dog.
Yeah,
Lulu the dog.
Yeah.
Snoozing during our episode.
Our live podcast. She's just not having it. So, okay, so Hogwarts Legacy. I wouldn't say I have any issues with the game so far. I'm not the one who's playing it. I'm just watching, and I don't have anything to say. I have seen a few glitches, but I mean, that's just with any game. There's going to be glitches. And it's not like detrimental to anything either.
I've been watching gameplay myself, and the game doesn't look like it's a world breaker. You know, it's pretty generic open world.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're a Harry Potter fan, I think it's super cool.
It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, you get to explore Hogwarts, the school, all the secrets it has, the grounds and everything. So, I mean, I think that looks pretty neat. But I mean, like, you don't get to play Quidditch, though. So
no, apparently it was, they said, like, for some reason it was banned in the game. Not like the creators or developers banned it, but like the characters are saying like, oh, because of last year's incident, there will be no Quidditch this year. So it has been banned, and don't think you'll get away with playing it.
You know what? You're a cheeky wanker liar, okay? Just say that the developers were too lazy to put it into the game.
Or it's behind a DLC paywall.
Dang it, we can't play the Quidditch game with the broomsticks and the golden flying ball.
It's the golden snitch. Harry Potter is called the golden snitch.
Ew, excuse me, he had a seizure while talking about that. Anyways, so really nothing much else to say about the game. There's just been controversy about it, you know, and I don't really want to get into that because I think it's stupid.
Oh, yeah. There is some... I was watching the gameplay. I was like, interesting.
Wait, what are you talking about?
So, if you haven't been following the J.K. Rowling, the creator...
We don't want to get
we don't get into that. And then,
Those people can shove it. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, so now Mother is getting restless legs, so we gotta wrap this. No, I'm kidding. So, she's kneeing me from the back. Anyways, all right, so let's go ahead and jump into the chunk zone. So chunky! It's louder in person. All right, so the chunk of this week is Mom. She will be the chunk because she's the chunk that we all deserve. Okay, so Brian decided to write this, and I'll let him introduce it.
All right, so we did introduce some other during the beginning of the show, but pretty much our mom has had a huge influence on our lives in terms of especially on this show. We talk about pop culture and what we love, are the movies we love, the movies we grew up with, television shows.
Even video
books, video games. I remember being a little kid watching my mom put her thumbs to the bear, just flat playing Tetris.
Let me tell you kids how to play Yoshi, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, she still kicks my butt in Yoshi.
Ruth Bauman is a Yoshi dominator, okay?
Yes.
All right. But we're just going to get a little bit of her story and kind of that that trickles down to us too, but we also want to say how much we appreciate her, especially during this very big week where little sister is going to be leaving the nest.
The last one.
The last melon.
Wait, repeat that.
The last melon.
Yeah, exactly. So we just want mom to, touch a little bit on her story.
So no pressure. So from pretty much your life started, last century, from what I gather.
What is she, 100 years old?
Hey, I didn't say, you say, not me, all right? But we just want, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll kind of just keep the dialogue going. So, no pressure, but kind of just give us a little bit of your life.
Give us the
highlights.
Well, it's easier when they ask you questions, but
Okay, so then where were you born?
yeah, so it all started back in the cabin. No
What
cabin.
the heck?
Just kidding. No, I was
a Unabomber?
I was born and raised
Murder.
in the island, speaking Spanish for a long time. And then I left and started speaking English and joined the military as a spouse and was there for a long, long time. But in the meantime, I did spend a lot of time with the kids by myself, a lot. So it was just the kids and I during their daddy-o's deployments and trips and wars and all that. So it was just the kids and I really enjoyed watching movies with you guys and reading you books. And oh man, this must be a very boring story because Lulu is just snoring as loud as can be. But it's, oh
The way
my
her face
goodness.
contorted.
Come on, dude, she's telling her life story here. Have a little respect, for goodness sakes.
She literally went.
Man, this dog, yeah, deep inside, she really loves
She
me.
said, "Get on with it."
She really loves me, but yeah, just to make the story short. Too late. Yes, I enjoyed and love my children very much, and I enjoy that they like to play video games with me. And yes, Brian was also born in the other previous century. Y'all were. Y'all were. Not just me, so I feel young then. And it started with being in Germany and Brian and I playing Donkey Kong and all that stuff.
Mario Bros.
Staying up until 2 and 3 in the morning trying to
With her
figure
toddler.
out. No, he went to sleep. I stay up and looking forward to figuring things out so that I could teach them to him in the morning.
She brought out the
Yes.
manuals and said, "How do I beat this stinking thing?"
Yeah, and then teaching Brian how to read, and he became a really good reader, and he surprised me as how good he was. But I really enjoyed reading for you guys, and enjoying black and white movies and music, the whole 9 yards.
So I guess that'll kind of drag us into our next question of what were some of your favorite pop culture moments from each of these decades? Let's start with 60s and then move on up. Okay, so some of your favorite pop culture moments, since you lived through all of them, you got to see them, the invention of video games, the invention of, animation and yada yada.
Well, in the 60s, I was just a baby.
So scratch the 60s.
So scratch the 60s. And then in the 70s, so the best memories, I guess, of the 70s is that I grew up where you had one TV where you had to get up and turn the TV on, and it had a bunny antenna.
What?
Yeah. And we only had 3 channels too. And one of them was English. So there was none of these choices, none of these movies selections. There was not a whole lot to do, but we had to do with the little bit we had. So that was that. And then
the 80s rolled around. Everybody's favorite decade.
yeah, so I moved to the United States and I started enjoying American TV shows, and that was fun. But then in Germany, that was the best part. There was only one American channel, and so I had to watch soap operas and news, and that was it.
You got to watch a lot of amazing 80s films come out. Like, we go back and watch them now and we call them nostalgic, or we call them classics or cult classics or whatever. So you got to see them come out.
The Breakfast Club, Karate Kid, Pretty in Pink, Top Gun. Like, did you see any of those in theaters?
Well, no, to shock you a little bit, I didn't get to go to the movies until I was 18. And the very first movie I ever watched at the theater was Splash with Daryl Hannah and
Is that Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks.
Oh, and John Candy.
Yes.
John Candy, where's he been?
Wait,
I thought I haven't seen him in a while.
Wait, really? Just a little plug. They're making a John Candy thingy.
Documentary.
With Tom Hanks' son.
Well, then look at that. Tom Hanks, Chet Hanks?
No, Colin.
Thank God it's not Chet.
The other good Hanks.
The good one, not Chet. Chet. Oh.
Hey, what's your language?
There are children here.
Chet.
But,
Holy shit.
yes. But let's take a moment of silence to remember John Candy. Ileana.
Dummy head.
Yes.
My bad, man.
Yes. He's been long gone. I think you weren't even born.
Oh, man. Okay, so then you also got to see, VHS. How did that strike you when that happened?
Yeah. I was already married, so, VHS, cassettes, the whole 9 yards. Oh, my favorite were the records, long play.
The laser discs?
No, the record that someone broke by jumping a fence. No.
They broke a Guinness World Record.
What are you talking about?
She's trying to make jokes, people. She's trying to wake Lulu up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But yeah, back in the old days, the movies that I watched were the black and white movies. And that's what I wanted you guys to learn to appreciate, because those movies were so good. And I remember watching with Brian, there was a...
Zacagney?
No, Rooney.
Mickey Rooney?
Mickey Rooney.
Boys Town?
Boys Town.
Yeah.
I think that was the first black and white movie that I watched with you. But there were many movies that I enjoyed, as you were little, like crazy. One of my favorite was Home Alone. We watched that in Germany, and I just loved comedies, silly stuff. Katie was 3 months old the first time we took her to the theater, and Ileana, I can't remember because she was the last child.
Yeah, it doesn't matter with the last one.
So,
The last melon.
Yeah, didn't matter with me. All right, so then we're through with the 80s. We're going into the 90s. What stood out other than the birth of me in the late 90s? What happened?
Seriously, I don't know.
Uneventful decade.
I was busy working and taking care of you guys. So whatever you guys watch out, I always remember Barney with Brian, since we were talking about Barney earlier. Brian loved Barney.
Brian's also singing, I love you.
No.
You love me. Wow, Barney's singing too.
It was serious. We lived in Germany, and at the PX, there was just a little bit of video VHS of Barney, and I would go there almost every day to try to find a video for Brian, because he really loved Barney. It was kind of like his idol.
His what?
His idol, but
Brian had idols?
Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you something right now. This is for all you audience people. I should have been one of those kids in Barney. Okay, I would have killed. I was like, Barney, you and me together, bro. We don't need all these other kids. Okay,
Oh my gosh.
Kyle, you can crap out, bro.
We're a happy family.
Sally, lamb chop is down the street. You know what I'm saying?
Beat it. Sesame Street's on the other block.
yeah. But those were great days. TV was good, but the best movies, I think, I've watched with the kids, and I love it when the girls say, "Mom, come with us to watch a movie." But Lord of the Rings, those were movies that were so great, but they were like highly disappointing. Why? Because the stupid movie, no one told me that it was not going to end, that I was going to spend 3 hours at the theater going all crazy, jumping when,
Screaming.
yes, and screaming when Bilbo Baggins wants the ring back and all that stuff. And then 3 hours later, I have to go home and not know what happens in the end. That was
Read the book.
Yeah. So I finally, read the book. Not for that one, but for the Hunger Games. That was another one that drove me crazy.
Yeah.
And it was like, what? I need to know who that chick is going to end up with. And so after the second movie, I had to go to the Google.
Does she end up with PETA or the other one?
Yeah. And
What's even the other one? Gail.
Gail. And I had to go to the Wikipedia where I get my most important information about life, in general. And so I found out that she picked the guy that I was not rooting for. But anyway, at least I didn't have to wait another year to see what happened with that one. So those movies are actual, just, oh my goodness. Yeah. But yeah.
What? Okay, so you took us through the 90s. Now we're in the thousands. All right, DVD is becoming a thing. Disney is rolling everything.
I have a trivia question for Mom. Do you remember what our very first DVD was? I know the answer. I know what it was.
No, I do not know.
Let's say it together, Brian. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
All right. Our first DVD player was so janky that you had to tip it over to put the disc for the disc to fall out. You know.
Okay, so that movie came
Shout out to Titi Minnie who got us our first DVD player.
Titi Minnie! Yo, Titi Minnie! When did that movie came out in 2003?
2003.
That is the very first movie I remember seeing in theater. So I would have been...
Did
Gosh.
you cry in the theater?
Shut up!
Yeah, probably did.
There were skeletons and it was scary. So I would have been about 5 years old when that movie came out. And I remember I was already pretty freaked out by skeletons. I remember going, oh my gosh, freaking out looking at them. And I was like, well, I gotta watch the movie. We're here.
Ileana's 5-year-old self coming to me with her guppy eyes. Are they real?
They were real to me.
Well, speaking of, bad equipment, I remember when we lived in Germany.
Talk about my personal life here.
And Brian was a little boy, maybe 2 years old at the very most. And we had an H-track machine thing.
8-track?
Yeah, 8-track to listen to music and stuff. And he stuck a toy in there and broke it.
Dummy head.
Man, and that I could have sold that thing for good money nowadays. But I remember I couldn't listen to my 8-tracks anymore because Brian broke it.
Oh, I do remember this though.
Sorry.
I remember this. I think we were still living in North Carolina. Either we had just moved to Georgia or we were still living in North Carolina. And we were watching Beauty and the Beast, and I had never seen it before. Yeah. And all of a sudden, it's getting like towards the end, the drama is starting to pick up and it's starting to get really crazy. And then what does the VHS start doing? And it started to like spit out the tape. And I was like, what is happening? So we pull it out.
Wasn't that in Louisiana?
No, it had to have been North Carolina.
Something died in Louisiana. I think it was Beauty and the Beast.
It was Beauty and the Beast, but I thought that was North Carolina.
Big box cassette tape.
Yes. You know? And so I remember it wasn't until we moved to Georgia that I had finally seen the ending of Beauty and the Beast. It took that long.
Gaston dies.
Yeah, a little bit. It was kind of like that because the freaking VHS thing started spitting out the tape. I didn't have any other way to watch it. I mean, the internet was still kind of, and I didn't have access to it because I was a kid. I mean, I could only play games that like mom let me play on like a CD-ROM or something.
SpongeBob Racing.
Yes.
Nickelodeon Racing.
Nickelodeon Racing. So I mean, I couldn't be like, let me go to Netflix real quick and pull up the Disney Plus, and we didn't have that back in my day like the kids do now. No, I had to, watch the VHS spit out all of the 70 minutes I've watched of Beauty and the Beast.
No, I never knew.
Exactly. So I'm like, well, there goes that. So what else was happening for you?
All right, let's wrap up the...
Okay, so now we're in the 10,000s.
Yeah, the 2010s.
The 2010s. All right.
Well, I haven't watched too many movies also because if you remember well, all of a sudden prices went crazy to go to the theater. And I remember I used to go with you guys all the time, and all of a sudden one day we go and it costs $16 to get 2 popcorns and 1 drink. So that kind of slowed us down from watching movies at the theater. Except the times that we would take our own food, hot dogs, and
hey,
we can't talk about any of that stuff. Secrets. So, all right. So now we've talked about all of that. Let's go ahead and keep moving on to memories of doing stuff with our kids now that Ileana is getting married.
Well, I guess in order to do this right, if you guys have specific memories that you want to share. I know I have a few.
No, you go first.
Okay,
then.
I'll go first. I credit Mom definitely 100% for definitely expanding my mind to, because when you're a little kid, and I've said this on the podcast many times, that when you're a little kid in the 90s, a boy, you're kind of geared to like one thing. It's like Transformers and Ninja Turtles. That's like all you can.
Those were 2 things.
Yeah, that's 2 things. Thank you. But it just that spectrum, like that's all you need to do. It's like robots and kung fu. That's it. Anything else is deviating from the path. But I remember summertime, waking up. When you slept until like 10 o'clock in the morning.
In the summertime.
So I walk out of my bedroom and Mom is already watching a movie that she'd bought or rented or something, and it's Sense and Sensibility. I'm already like 9 years old. There's no way that I should be looking into this Jane Austen book. But I remember watching the movie with Mom and just asking her questions about it. And I was just so touched by the movie. But the fact that she would, be patient enough with me to like, answer like, why is she so sad? Well, it's because this English guy said he loved her, but he didn't really love her because she was poor and everything. I was like, wow, dang, it's really, really sad. But it was Mom, like especially like she said, expanding her, like watching the old Jimmy Stewart movies, the James Cagney movies, Boys Town, stuff like that, where it was like, you know what? There's a whole world other than just stuff that you see on Nickelodeon. There's lots of different forms of entertainment.
The real world, basically.
Yeah, things that actually make sense, that matter, and that actually tell good, solid stories. So I'll always credit Mom to really opening that up to me and explaining that to me. So
Show me exactly where Sense and Sensibility touched you. Do it now.
Right here.
Yes. I've got a couple. Starting when we were living in Germany, I was just a wee lass, and I remember Mom and Pop playing Tetris a lot, and Yoshi, and just getting hooked onto Nintendo that way, and just keeping up with the trend. After we moved to the States, 1994, we got a Super Nintendo. And, other parents would be like, oh, you play too many video games. And maybe we did, but she was careful to make sure that we didn't play too much. We didn't play anything inappropriate. And she would play with us. And that was a big deal. But going with movies, it was always very cultural with us. She homeschooled me in 5th grade because I was a dummy head. And so, there was one time where she rented a movie from the library called The Roaring Twenties to sort of coincide with what I was studying in history class. And I don't know if you thought maybe it was a historical movie, which it kind of was, but yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
A documentary? No,
not at all.
It was a gangster.
It was a gangster film, and so here's 5th grade me going, whoa. And then Mom walked in the room while I was watching it for the first time. She said, "Are you enjoying it?" And I said, Yeah. I'm learning a lot. I am learning a lot. And so, it was a black and white movie, James Cagney. Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, even though it was in black and white, I should not have been watching it. But we watched a lot of black and white movies. We went to the library a lot because of Mom, which is awesome. Go read a book, y'all. Read a book. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. So that's my stuff. Yes.
I'll put mine with the consoles that Mother provided us with and made the experiences so magical for us every single time. I'll never forget, I think it was 2007, Christmas of 2007. The good year for real. The Wii had just come out, dude, and it was like the holiday item to get. This woman woke up so stinking early in the morning to go to Target in our city.
What a saint. What a saint.
Yes, to get a Wii for us and hide it. And
she bought 2, didn't she?
She bought one for Brian to take to college.
Look at that. Oh my gosh.
A+ mother right there. So, uh-oh. Yeah, we're doing investigative live audio. Oh, we're still here. Yeah, no worries. I'll just cut that out.
Lulu was snoring again.
So she did her very best to go get this thing. She even got back in line when she wasn't supposed to get this second Wii to make Christmas awesome for us. And she said, "Hey, Ileana, I need you to come help me with something." I'm like, "Mom needs my help with something? I'm there." And so I go upstairs with her. She's like, "I need you to take this downstairs." I go, "Ah!" Like literally, like my face just, it's the thing. It's the Wii. And so I didn't think we would get something like that because we never followed trends, really. Mom was never one of those, with video games sometimes.
We skipped the GameCube.
Yeah, we didn't do the GameCube.
Good move.
We just didn't. And then, the cell phones and stuff coming. We didn't do a whole lot of like technology and keeping up with the tech like that. But this one, she's like, I think this is the one. I think this is the one to jump in. So I bring it downstairs. I'm like, guys, you'll have no idea what she just got. And I show it to them. When we popped that puppy in, we turned it on, it was a whole new realm. We played Wii Sports together. We did the bowling. We did the golf. We did the boxing. Everything. It was so much fun. And that was one of the best Christmases we ever had because she decided to go get that thing for us.
And then speaking of consoles and surprises, man, she got me my very first Switch. She did for my birthday. You remember that?
Yeah.
I was like,
I had just gotten one and she really wanted one. I said, Mom, I think you got to do this for Katie. I think this is like the gift that will be of all gifts, you know?
It was.
Years later, and it's the best gift I think she's ever gotten, probably other than a guitar.
Well, I don't think Brian was here with the Wii.
He was. He was here for vacation.
Oh, okay.
Visiting.
Because I remember when I got the second one, he was in college in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I sent it in a box with 2 pillows to make it kind of hidden so that when it got there, it wouldn't be something that someone would try to steal. Maybe from the post office, whatever. I didn't want to make it too obvious that it was a Wii box. So I put 2 pillows in there and sent it to you and didn't tell you that it was coming. And you were really surprised when you got it. And so excited that you could actually use it as your internet or some type of...
Yeah.
You could watch Netflix on.
Yeah, he was doing more than just playing Wii.
So that was just one of the Christmases that, you know, you'll just never forget, that we played Mario Galaxy and we had never seen such a good Mario 3D because we skipped the GameCube, so we didn't get to play Super Mario Sunshine.
It's still a good call.
Yeah. So it was just like, that was great. And that's, you know, fond memories that I've got of that and everything that she's given for us, you know? Brian, you got anything else? No.
No, just you know, just talking about all these things that these are just snapshots of moments in time, and there's so many. We could go on forever just talking about how much you mean to us and everything, Mother, that we love you, we appreciate you. You we wouldn't be here if literally because you birthed us. Thank you for doing that. But also because every day you tell us that you love us. Your actions show that you love us, and we are in debt to you as your children. You have your grandchildren right here, daughter-in-law right there. They all love you and appreciate you. You're gonna be getting a few new grandkids here in a little bit here. By the end, is that official? Like the end of the week? That's you're gonna have a few boys, grandboys, and everything. You got some grandchildren dogs. Is that a thing too?
Hey.
But your family loves you. You are beloved by everyone.
Yeah.
Nobody ever says anything bad about you. They better not, at least not to my face. So
They better not. Face.
But you know, you're always there for us. Always being positive. You introduce God to our lives too, and to Jesus, and that is the best thing that a parent should do. So we definitely appreciate that, and you set the example for all of us too of what a good parent should be, what a good human should be, just a person. So we do, as the firstborn, let me just be the first to say that we love you so much. We appreciate you, and during this big unforgettable moment, which will be Ileana's wedding, which we're all going to get down and celebrate. But just thank you for always being there for us, loving us, and introducing the world of entertainment to us too. So,
well, thank you very much, guys. I'm not going anywhere. It sounds like a goodbye, but I'm not going anywhere.
More than we are.
Yeah, well,
Not really, man.
not really.
Well,
I am still going to be in touch. Hey, guys, are you there?
Mom!
I won't show up at your places without an invitation. I've done it to Joanna and Brian a couple of times, but it's nice because I know I'm welcome.
Yes.
I'm here, so I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm so grateful that God gave me wonderful children, because you guys could have also turned around and say, well, thanks a lot for the words, but we're going to do whatever we want to do. So I'm grateful.
All that woman ever did was just give us video games. All she did was put movies on.
Yeah, so it's like, thank you so much. And of course, I want to say, when you have God to guide you, then you have some standards to go by. And a parent should always put their children first and just take responsibility, because everybody's irresponsibility becomes someone else's responsibility. Mm-hmm. So I'm just so thankful to have you guys here, all three of you. I love all three of you equally, no matter what each one says about the other. You like this one better? No. But I love my kids and your partners. I'm so grateful and thankful, and for the grandkids in whatever shape or form they come. I love every single one of y'all. So I'm grateful, and thank you for inviting me tonight.
Hooray. Yay! And this won't be the last time you'll be on. We'll have you for games and stuff in the future, but this was just the 100th episode, and it happened to land on wedding week, so I was like, we gotta go big, Okay, you got anything? You got any last words?
This one goes out to Mom. I can't even do this with straight face. This one goes out to Mom. Push.
Oh my God.
Whoa. All right. That will conclude this week's 100th episode of Bump That.
Hey, shout out to Ella for filming.
Yes. Yeah, who is that little girl over there?
Ella's filming this episode, so appreciate that, Ella.
Yeah. Woo, Ella. And let's give one big round of applause again to Chris Fartley.
Chris Fartley! Woo! You've done it again, Chris. You've done it again.
All right, we've got Brian in this corner.
Hey, here's to the next 100 episodes, fellas.
Yeah, here's KT.
Thanks for the memories.
Thanks for the memories, even though they went so good.
See, I was gonna sing the rest of it, but I mean, we had good memories, right?
I remember play that song when I went to college, like for our orientation. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know if you guys are listening to the lyrics.
Yeah, it's not a song about memories that were good, literally. All right, anyways, and I'm Ileana, your host, signing off on yet another episode of Bump That. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you guys in next week's video. Oh, wait, and here's Mom saying goodbye.
Goodbye, and don't forget, eat some rice and beans.
Bye-bye!